Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of our Unranked to Master series. Welcome to another hybrid Udyr game, actually. We're planning on playing QR Max Udyr today. I couldn't really decide on build against this team comp, so why not just play the build that can flex into anything. This game, since we've got a hyper-scaling team comp, I'm going to set up an early dragon for dragon stack. Last game, I think we did a raptor start. Just a standard clear because I wanted to prioritize XP. While I do want experience against Lee Sin, as long as Lee Sin doesn't get an early gank off. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. But as long as that doesn't happen, we're good to go here in terms of making sure we just get a clean dragon stack. Most Lee Sin players these days tend to prioritize Rift Grubs. I do not know why, but every Lee Sin that I see passed the Rift Grubs, so I'm kind of playing to the opposite of that. We are not against a very fun team comp either. We are against Lucian Pyke bot lane, which if you do not know is a big no-no for Udyr. Not very fun. They've got a Cassiopeia mid, you know, our Ari. Let me put it this way. Ganking a Cassiopeia is 100% reliant on the Ari landing the charm. If she does not land the charm, it's going to be miserable. Top lane's actually probably my most gankable lane this game. But it's an Ornn, which is very, very tricky. Because I don't actually want to gank, you know, an Ornn and camp an Ornn because he can't be this win condition. So I'm in a rock and a hard place in terms of how to play this game. That's why I'm partially choosing to go hybrid. Because I imagine there's going to be a lot of farming this game and just reacting and playing smart instead of forcing stuff. I really do think that oftentimes your best way to play is just being smart and not doing anything dumb. So we know this is warded. We're going to wait for the set to go in. I would love to see the set. We're going to put the point of knee. After he commits to the fight, most players will stop watching the minimap. So that's why, even though it's warded, he doesn't know I'm here, which is great. We're going to go ahead and crash this in here. And then we're going to look for the crab to see if I can get it. I'm going to ping the other side of the map since I'm not here. I know he needs my help to crash top, but I'm going to get greedy in it. Once again, I'm choosing to prioritize dragons this game. So since that's my primary objective, Lee Sin is bot with 28 CS. So he did a full clear down in a crab. Pretty standard for Lee Sin to just do a full clear. Most Lee Sins actually don't full clear. But you will usually see a Lee Sin just do a normal linear clear path in a straight line. It's kind of like Hecarim. Most Lee Sins love to set up to just camp a single lane. I've actually got a great clear path to counter that because I'm not planning to gank. I'm planning on doing dragons and objectives and really punishing the Lee Sin pick. Because one thing Udyr does extremely well is rushing early dragons. If you've ever played against a Shyvana that's on tempo, it's one of those things where you're like, holy cow. Everything's gone by the time I get there, you know? And we kind of want to make the Lee Sin feel that same kind of pressure. It's one of the easiest ways to win in this matchup. Alright, we're going to go ahead and look for the dragon. It looks like he did bot crab, but he did a fast bot crab, so this thing should be close to expiring, hopefully. 5-10, there it is. We're just going to drop a ward here to make sure he doesn't walk in, and then over to the dragon we go, baby. I'm ignoring everything except the dragon. We're going to let the team know we're on it. Take a look at mid. Mid is low on mana, which is the most important thing in that matchup. So I think we've got prio mid here. I don't see any way this is warded unless we would have already seen it by now. So I think we actually get away with the clean dragon stack this game. Here comes the Pyke with the ward. Or there it is. Good news is it's too late. We're going to go and ping the ward for the 5 gold. And we're actually, since the enemy mid lane is dead, since we've got prio top lane crashing in, I'm going to move straight over to Rift Grubs. We've got prio both top side, which is great for me. Pardon me, guys.
An enemy has been slain.
This is really, really good for me to just get an objective stack victory over the Lee Sin, you know? That guy is level 6. My Ornn is not level 6. He's, unfortunately, looks like greeting out and not helping him with his wave early game. Unfortunately, has catastrophic effects, so I cannot blame him if he can't join this fight here. It's my own fault. But the good news is, I think we get away with a clean Rift Grubs into a dragon. And here's the good news is, the extra good news, if you will, is I've got overgrowth. So all of those Rift Grubs, little Rift Grubs count towards it, which is great. You usually don't get both. You usually get one or the other, which is great. Now, I need to go back and spend gold. Usually above 1,500 gold, you're griefing if you don't spend your gold as a jungle. But Udyr is kind of a special champion in that his clear speed is super, super fast. And you have infinite sustain with your turtle. So for those reasons, I'm just going to choose to keep farming here. We're going to full clear the red side. I'm probably going to then go back to base. Spin gold, look to go help our bot side. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing everything that I want to be doing. It's a little greedy to be farming like this, but I think we can get away with it. Usually it's one of the more consistent ways to carry solo queue. All right. Bear with me. First back on the hybrid Udyr is extremely different. If you're like, what the hell are you doing? It's intentional. I've tested this build a lot. I do think these exact components, the Fiendish Codex plus the pickaxe plus the brown boots plus the dark seal, watch what happens to your clear speed. It goes bonkers, right? At this point, with both objectives down, I think I would actually just prefer to take my blue buff and then let's full clear up to the red buff and try and gank top. By the time that's done, my Raptors will be coming back up. And then we're going to look to take a Raptors. Bot lane is kind of even, / ahead, so I'm happy to leave them alone. They outscale. If you ever have a lane that outscales the enemy team and the enemy equivalent and they scale, I think one of the best things you can do is just ignore them and keep your camps on tempo. Really good job from the team there, not dying to that. Our bot lane couldn't ask for a whole lot more here. Really couldn't. Nice. Already gets a good wave crash in. That is going to push in. I don't think Set will be able to crash that in time, so I'm going to let him know I'm planning on coming up here. Got 20 seconds before my Raptors come up, so it's a pretty good time to look for a gank with all my camps on cooldown. Let's go ahead and look for that there. Mid is there, so we see everybody except Lee Sin. Pretty confident after the wave crashes. As long as we stand on this side of the set, we'll be fine, I think. I'm going to let that go. We see the Cassiopeia moving into a topside river here. I also, once again, do not know where the Lee Sin is. And I've got camps coming up, so I think the smartest thing I can do there is just let that slide. Set hits like a truck if you let him get his combo off. Ignore this because the wave's already crashed. And she's doing great here. If I'm Set and Lee Sin, I'm moving top here.
We shall show them true mastery.
Great. Really, like, I know that flash looks troll, but there is imagine the world where I don't stay on Lee Sin and he beats me to this gank, right? I stand by the decision of flash there. Some people might disagree, but I think it's really important to keep pressure up there because very, very tense situation. I've got camps coming up bot side, but I've also got Rift Grubs coming up. I have to make a decision here. In my humble opinion, the best thing you can do, if you've got jungle and grubs coming up and you've got to decide, just choose to track the enemy jungle. Now, with my mid backing, this changes a lot. Since I can't contest with my mid and base, we're going to actually go for the opposite. If my mid was still on the map, though, I would just track the enemy jungle here and pick, whichever objective he went to, I would just essentially bully him out of it. Now with my mid and base, though, I think the correct thing is actually to avoid the other objective and just take the free second objective. Would have liked to have gotten a 6 grub stack going this game. Love getting Rift Grub stacks, especially with overgrowth. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's in the cards this game with mid having to go back there. Bam. Second dragon acquired.
The enemy celebrates when they should mourn.
Doesn't Udyr outscale Lee Sin? Correct. Yes, sir. It's one thing you can also rely on. It's part of the reason why I like doing what I call like objective stacking, like dragon stacking and doing rift grubs on spawn and just really breathing down his neck, making him feel like he can't ever go for a gank, is because you do outscale him. Team comps where you outscale the enemy team, like if you've got Vayne casted in, our team is giga stacked with Vayne, Udyr, and an Ornn. Malawi also scales super well, so we've got a hyper-scaling team comp. One of the best things you can do is just stack dragons. We've got 2 dragons pre-12 minutes. Think about that. At 11 minutes in the game, this team comp already has 2 dragons. I mean, come on. That's one of the best things you can do as a jungler, right? So I really believe deeply when you outscale, just go for objectives and try and win the game just by not fighting and getting items. Right there, what we did, it's small, but we A-moved into the set instead of relying on right clicks. I talked about this earlier on stream, but if you A-move, you will guaranteed stun somebody. And frankly, I'm not smart enough to right click. I don't have the reaction speed to react to the set there. So A-moving was quite literally probably the difference between the kill and not the kill there. Right here, since we see Lee Sin bot, we have a green light to use Awakening. If you don't know where the enemy jungler is, I don't recommend using Awakening with no vision. Set's going to take some damage there. No problem. But we're just going to go ahead and pop first tower. This is incredibly high value play for us. Not only does he get a 300 gold payday, that's literally a kill. But it also gets first tower on the map. Takes away a win condition. I'm going to do something greedy, which is put the pink ward there. Because I am quite a bit away from getting my Shojin. But I selfishly don't want to use the item slot for a 75 gold item. I want to use it for a higher value slot. So I'm just going to put the pink ward there. Whatever. Oops. That is kind of a waste of a pink ward, though.
Who stands against us?
With the full clear coming up, I'm just going to go straight into my Gromp and Wolves. Why not? By the way, if you're wondering about the custom skin here, I've had a lot of questions about the custom skin. Head to my Discord. You can find that link at my Twitch on my panels very, very quickly. You can also go to my Twitch chat and do !Discord. It will give you instructions. If you just scroll up a little bit in my general chat, you'll find links and a pinned message about how to instructions on how to install it. Very easy. I'm an old school Tiger player, so for me, I love the animations on the old Spirit Guard compared to new Spirit Guard. It's not even close. So we're going to go ahead and use this skin, you know. With an item spike coming up, I don't see much incentive in fighting here, so I'm probably just going to go for the full clear into a reset, unless I think top is free. Let's take a look at top. Top is 70% health with a Blade of the Rune King spike. With a Frozen Heart, I'm actually not going to choose to go for this gank. I do think this would be a tempo killer to go for this. We do see the Lee Sin bot, though. But once again, I view that as a tempo killer. We are going to shadow this, though. This is a great collapse angle with mid moving down. Bot lane's being pretty smart here and freezing and waiting for me. Pretty good macro move, I think, to take a swing to bot side. Charm him. What are we doing, Ari? Get in there. Oh, my God. That Ari. Could not have played it worse. Pretty funny, though. I'm going to flash for the killing spree. Why not? I wish I had party chat on. Fun fact, one of the best things you can do, actually, is do same team. What does she have? She's got a... This is a Rylai's Cassiopeia. Now, the dynamic completely changes if I get in melee range of her. I almost dodged the ult. If you rewatch that, I just turned around at the wrong time. But one thing you can do is you can do team chat / mute all. The correct thing, I think, is do the dragon there. However, that's tough. It's a 0-3 Cassiopeia who let me get in melee range. That's a really tough call between leave or fight. I'm going to try and be nice to them.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Listen, we're going to hit them with the smiley face. I don't want to make the teammates mad.
Time to show them the way.
I'm going to use the Awakening. I have a feeling by the time I get here, I won't need the Awakening on anything except just auto attacks on a dragon.
Spirits are calling. Should help. Chase them.
Oh, no, dude. My smite wasn't up. That's so unfortunate.
Even now.
Killing spree. An ally has been slain.
This is super hard to play as Tiger Udyr, which is essentially what I am. I think I played my cards as best as I could with how cluster that was. That was a very unfortunate fight for a lot of reasons. They had summoner spell advantage on us. You know, the Lucian flash, the Pike flash. It also looks like the Lee Sin had flash in that fight. Set was super obnoxious there with the Blade of the Ruined King. Tiamat, he is very scary. You have to respect that damage. Our team still is not strong, which is not anybody's fault, but we are literally just a late game team comp. These early game, mid game fights, we naturally are not favored in. We need another 10 minutes, really. We need 10 mins and 3 items. Then we insta-win. Try to pick clean fights. I hope they understood that. Nice. Ornn looks like he just upgraded his own item. We're putting the points in R, looking for the Riftmaker second. Jack Show third on this build. I really do love Hybrid Udyr. I think it's one of the most slept on playstyles, especially after the nerfs. You can see that clear speed is everything you want on a jungler. I've made some big mistakes this game from a tempo perspective, and I'm still at 8 CS per minute pretty easily. So that feels super good, super consistent. I recommend going Leandries if you're against high health team comps. However, standard build includes Riftmaker to make up for the fact that we don't have Conqueror. Most Udyrs take Conqueror for sustained damage. Since we don't have that, I think Riftmaker just fits the build better. We do have item... Without our support being up, I really don't want to force fights. That's a free kill, so I just keep farming. No reason to join the fight unless I just want to assist. But in my opinion, a better use of time is farming the 300 gold in the enemy jungle. That takes 300 gold away from Lee Sin, and yes, that is a big deal. Not only did we get a kill, but Lee Sin just lost 300 gold. That's a 2-kill advantage now, you know. Instead of getting my blue buff now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and reset, spend the gold, get the blue buff on the other side, so I preserve it longer. Oh my gosh, she keeps dying the same way. Oh no. Alright. Here we go. I don't think they would rush the Baron, but you never know these days. I've seen some crazy YOLO Baron calls. Keep in mind, the biggest advantage I have is I'm 50 CS and 2 levels ahead of the Lee Sin. I've done my job as a jungler this game from a lot of standpoints. Lee Sin gets hyper outscaled. Dragon's coming up in a minute. I've got a nice little full clear coming up. And as you can see, the clear speed goes radonkadonk once you get Riftmaker. So I am so much faster than even my last clear speed. Riftmaker is what how much ability? 70, 22, 92 ability power item right now. And that makes a huge difference when you've got 4 points in R, soon to be 5 points, scaling super well, phase rush with the slow resistance, starting to stack on actual tank items too, which is great. So I'm just really excited to see the late game. There's our level 14. Looks like they took our red buff at some point. No problem. We're going to put probably a pink ward in the back of the Baron pit. I'm pretty afraid of their team cheesing Baron. Cassiopeia has extremely high DPS. We're going to go ahead and just sweep that and then get the guaranteed pink ward and then move down to the dragon. I would love to make sure that we get this dragon. It is third dragon, and it is infernal, which is my favorite dragon. That being said, will be very tricky. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Since our team is already walking through jungle, I don't really see a reason. Ooh, this is a nice pick if we can find it. Ari needs to throw charms quicker. She's missed a few kills this game. No problem. Hopefully that dissuades him from coming to the pit. We're against the Lee Sin. We want to drag this out. There's no reason. Alright, with the isolated set, one of the best things you can do is just lightning Q, kill whoever's the dum-dum that gets killed first. We really want to... Oh, she condemned him away from an Udyr. That is brutal, dude. Great job. Right back into the fight is my top priority. Peeling is one of the best things you can do as Udyr. I tell people, if you struggle with team fighting with Udyr, please just peel your team. Like, literally, it's Udyr's biggest strength. I think our team could have done Baron here. Personally, since we're not choosing to do Baron, though, I'm just going to go straight into the full clear and get another 400 gold in my pocket. A full clear without buffs is worth, give or take, 400 gold. I do think when you're in a winning position, literally one of the best things you can do is keep your camps cleared in a linear fashion. Lee Sin is about to get literally 100 CS behind right now. He is struggling compared to the Udyr. Now, once you get to level 15 on Hybrid Udyr, you have to make the decision between putting points in E or W. $1 million question, right? It all depends on the team comp you're in. I think if you're against melees and tanks, W is better, because fights naturally last longer. I think against the Pikes, the Lucians, the Lee Sins, and the Rylai Cassiopeias of the world, maxing E will be a better bet. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the points in E's third here. The reason why Jack Show, some people ask me why Jack Show third. It works with conditioning. It also gives you, since we went damage, we need armor and magic resist combined in our third item. We can't pick one or the other because we got greedy already, you know. We want to save the lightning Q for the Cassiopeia if we can, because I really need to make sure that champ dies. She's my biggest weakness as Udyr. I'm going to kite these guys out and choose to play with my team here. It's just the two of them. That's a really tough call on what to do, whether to chase. I think the correct decision is don't die, shove mid. I'm really low on health. You have to respect the damage from the Lee Sin and the Lee Sin in the set. You just have to. It's not a question of should you. You have to. No Lee Syndrome. Wow, dude. Most Lee Sins take that there. And right on time for the next cycle, baby. I think I need a reset here. I don't want to take this fight. Everybody in the Twitch chat, YouTube section, comment section is going to disagree with the decision to reset there. Let me put it this way. There's two realities. The one reality is my team wins, and we get a guaranteed Baron because I've got an item spike, and I can guaranteed get it. The second reality is they lose the fight. I've got an item spike. I hold the turret and I go into a full clear, and then we guaranteed win because we outscale. I want my item spike, and I really want to get it quick. I think the decision or the mistake was not backing immediately 20 seconds earlier when I had enough gold. That would have been the better thing to do. That way I didn't have to hedge my bets or pick. It would have been the better decision. GG. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Always enjoy these series and all that good stuff. See you in the next one, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for ya.